So basically, due to all their problems, what ended up happening was they were getting rejected by these girls, and they thought that they had to take away my power somehow. And they did it by making saying things about me that I wasn't smart or this or that. And what ended up happening was they got really greedy, and they were like, well, what if he really isn't smart? I'm a triple brain savant, the only one on the planet of the kind. And so they're like, all right, I've got an idea. Why don't we overanalyze the brain savant test that we just did right now? Like, not a very genius idea. You guys have already had like 50 billion brain savant tests, and they're all proven beyond a reasonable doubt that I'm superhuman, extraordinary in terms of brain savant powers. Brain savant has to be thousands of times more powerful than normal human being. If someone said that that brain savant is not that powerful in terms of human capacity, that would be a self-contradictory statement, since the definition of a brain savant basically says that the person has superhuman powers instead of mental acuity and things of sort nature that normal human beings do not have. So claiming this is not going to make any sense, and that would be a self-contradictory statement. So basically what ended up happening was they were getting rejected by these girls over and over again, all day, night long, like how they did yesterday, July 19th, and they did today, July 20th, and the girls were threatening to call the police on Junaid. They were getting extremely envious of me, and I wasn't willing to help, because helping them basically means scamming someone's daughter. What law enforcement basically wants me to do is they want me to sleep with these girls that are coming after me and then pass them around. People like Junaid getting an early retirement and claiming to be a CEO when in fact, in reality, he's working the same job as my sister, earning the same amount. The only difference is he doesn't get along with people at his work, and he loses his job every year, due to which he's getting an early retirement this year. And people like Ibrahim, the Greedy Framer spokesperson, who is a drug addict who ends up in the emergency room overdosing every single week. So if the girl starts doing drugs because of these people, then when the girl obviously dies, then it's going to be my fault. Son, you did this. And I would just look at myself like, you retard, why did you do this? You didn't get anything out of it anyways. Why did you do this? You know, it's that sort of thing. I'm not doing this. Like, you want to do it, you can do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing this. It's not my thing. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So what ended up happening was they overanalyzed June 24th, and you put eggs inside of an egg basket. It's still, when you look inside, regardless of how many times you look inside, it's still gonna have eggs in there. You know, if I have a brain savant, and I'm a triple savant encompassing instantaneous photographic memory, just like Rain Man, except I also have innovation and focusing along with it, and my brain savant powers are 1,000 times better than normal human beings, and they increase over time. Then when you look at it again, it's still going to be increasing over time, and it's still going to be triple brain savant, right? So they overanalyzed June 24th, which was last month. And after overanalyzing June 24th, they found out that I was telling the truth, that I can do more than 1,000 pages of something extremely dry like Aaron Ball's medicinal chemistry in one day, meaning that in 30 days I could do 30,000 pages of that, which means that if I have innovation as a superhuman power as well, then I would definitely get zero tolerance coffee done in 30 days, which means that every single 30 days I'm going to get one more thing done, which means that every single thing that I was saying was absolute truth, due to which what ended up happening was people like Ibrahim, the Greedy Framer, obviously being as greedy as he is, tried to get me to marry his sister 2 days ago on July 18th. And Farah, the Greedy Framer, had now moved from one daughter that she's been blackmailing me to blackmailing me with 2 daughters. And these people forget what they're dressed up like and what they look like. Let me show you something. This is July 14th, 8:51 a.m. Okay, this is July 14th, 8:51 a.m. And this is what she sent me of her daughters. It's absolutely just like something that, the person is dressed up like a nun, and this is what she's sending me. She dresses up like a nun, and this is what she's sending me. It's absolutely insane. People lose their morals when it comes to money. And the sad part is, I've lived my life in poverty, and I haven't even gotten any of the money yet. And these predators, these money predators, like Fire the Greedy Framer, has moved on from one daughter to two. Look at the bottom part for the blue girl, and look at the top part for the gray girl. Does this look like someone who dresses up like a nun would send for her daughters? Absolutely not. So Fire the Greedy Framer dresses up like a nun, and she sends me this for her daughters. Absolutely insane. Like, either don't dress up like a nun or don't send me this for your daughters. Look at the top part of the gray girl. Look at the bottom part for the blue girl. I haven't even gotten any of the money yet. And these people are already standing around my head saying, how much are we going to get? Are you going to sign it for this girl? Are you going to sign it for this daughter? Are you going to sign it for that daughter? It's just like, I haven't even gotten the money yet. Like, and they're already standing around with these daughters of theirs and saying, are you going to marry her or are you going to marry her? These are money predators like Fire the Greedy Framer. She's already fabricated numerous false testimonies against me. November 20th, 2025, the following ones caught, all those ones were already confessed to the government informant as being fully fabricated, then the ones starting early April 2026. Those were found to be complete total lies from the facts and evidences retrieved from the phone conversations. And now, after the brain savant test from June 24th was overanalyzed, she changes from one daughter to two. And I told her on June 16th, after the first request was sent, I said, I don't want your daughter, lady. I'm good. Like, I'd rather be alone than marry your abnormal looking daughter. I hate to say it like that, but the fact of the matter is, I don't want someone. I don't want them, It's just, she's not my type. I don't want her. And so she just sent it again and again. She sent me 52 times already. It's like saying, I'm not asking, I'm telling. Well, I'm telling you too. I don't want her. Like, I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. And now, after the brain savant test for June 24th was overanalyzed, she changes it from one daughter to two. And the woman dresses up like a nun. So you got to look at the kind of pictures she's sending me for her two daughters. Look at the bottom part for the blue girl. And look at the top part for the gray girl. Absolutely perverted predator move to try to seduce me and to try to force me to marry her daughter one way or another. Like, lady, after my brain savant gets freed and I get the money, I think about it. It's not something you can force on someone. And obviously, if I already have three predators, Miss Deb trying for her already married daughter, Fire the Greedy Framer trying for two of her daughters, Ibrahim, the Greedy Framer spokesperson, trying it for his sister just 2 days ago on July 18th. Then obviously I'm not going to pick anyone right now, because if I did, what will end up happening is I'm going to get scammed by another person who's going to be a predator for money. So yeah, it's just there's no excuse for this behavior. You're using a trial to advertise your daughter as a predator move 37 times after it's already been declared forced marriage request. Not just that, already been declared a prenup marriage, scamming, blackmail, basically. Sent it to me 37 times. 51 times sent it to me as a forced marriage request since June 16th. 52 times total, but after the first time I told her I don't want her. There's no excuse for this behavior. There's no excuse for using national security for your greed for money. There's no excuse for using national security to be able to narrate in the trial while trying to force someone to give you illegal assurance of $60 million at least 8 times starting February 21st. There's no excuse for trying to get your daughter married to someone that artificial intelligence has claimed has the highest chance of becoming extremely rich on this planet by using a trial and using national security for your own personal benefits and personal motives. That's not what national security should be for. Make false statements against someone over and over again so that their brain savant would be locked up and no one gets their brain savant money if your daughter's not getting it. Or to try to greedily try to seduce him with these sexually explicit pictures of girls that are supposed to represent your daughters, to try to tell the person, choose a girl from there. And they claim that I'm a bad person or aggressive, and they treat me like I'm a duck. Like they're just like, come in over to my cage so I could lock you up and take you home, sort of thing. You know, this is predator move, and they're only doing this for money, obviously. And they're just trying to force me to marry their daughter, whom I said I'm not interested in. Like, I don't know how else to put this. Like, I don't want your daughter, lady. I'm good, thanks for asking. You know, it's that sort of thing. And it's extremely annoying. Like, yeah. And she's claiming one thing, that she's, that I'm a bad person, I'm aggressive, and this and that. Well, on the other hand, she's saying something totally different. Aggressive people take revenge. And if I was aggressive, you wouldn't try to force me to marry your daughter after I know for a fact that you made false testimonies against me. And if I was a bad person, then why do you want me to marry your daughter so badly? She sent me 51 requests to marry her daughter since June 16th, and I told it's 52 total, but after the first one, I told her I don't want it. And so there's 51 forced marriage requests and 37 confirmed prenup marriage scamming blackmails to try to say, you either marry my daughter or I keep making false testimonies and exaggerated narrations against you, which is what Fire the Grady Framer is trying to do, using national security for your own personal use to try to get illegal assurances of money by forcing someone to sign these prenup agreements that she's sending to me every single day, including today, July 20th, is not something that is excusable. Okay, that has no excuse whatsoever. So that's all I had to say.